Alright, so here's a match that I believe just started between XxKaliFitness, or Finest, KaliFinestxX, 1632, and Macrocrash, or marcocrash? Yeah, marcocrash. It's really hard to read the name sideways. 1546. I think this is the beginning of game 1, so we got Qliphort versus Satellarknights with Thunder King rai-oh, which I don't know if he would main deck that, but well, I was looking through the games earlier, I didn't see this one, so that's why I think this is game 1 probably. I'm recording this one in particular just because there's so much Burning Abyss and Shadal's. These two you see a lot of also, but not as much. Okay. So he just Dust Tornadoed on the shell to make the monster not get the 300, or his monster lose 300, so he can attack over basically. Skill Drain would make disc 28 though, so he had to alpha that to keep the Thunder King bigger. So Thunder King wins that battle. If you can manage to keep Thunder King bigger than the Qliphort monsters, it can shut down Scout, which is definitely good. I don't really like Thunder King myself though, because it's really easy to attack over it for Qliphort. So end phase MST on a Compulse. This game's still pretty even. Thunder King doesn't stop drawing. So, okay, we see a Compulse on a Thunder King, which to me means that Kali has a Scout, and yep, does indeed. So, Kali can search probably something to complete the scale, so he can Pendulum Summon his monsters over here. That seems the most advantageous. Goes for Carrier, which is indeed a scale. Yep. So, Marco would want like a Bottomless or a Solemn Warning here. So Pendulum Summon for 2, both attack. So that's 30. You gain this, so that would make it 42. Okay, the Prison is going to banish the shell, and the disc attack is going to go through. They're basically the same thing at this point, though. I guess he likes having his monsters in the middle. It's a little OCD. So, summoning Altair. Is there a target? I'm not actually sure if it is. I think the only engraved S-Knight is Altair. Okay. I guess that is a possible misclick. But, so, he says he misclicked. He went with Denab to search Vega, which he'll be able to make a play next turn. Okay, or he can play Soul Charge. Soul Charge allows him to do something this turn, unless he gets with Vanities. Vanities definitely hurts. I think Marco's probably going to lose this game. Kali right here, with the Vanities up, they can just go beat down, get another monster off of this if they need it. Might as well do the searching while you can. Or maybe you'd want to search for Sacrifice. Sacrifice definitely comes in handy. Okay, searching for Carrier. Probably going to normal summon it and just beat down. Yep. Unless Marco has a way to get Vanities off the field, really can't do anything. And they are on a clock because next turn will be game. Of course, they can set a monster to absorb an attack. It looks like what they're doing. And they have a set trap also. So that could be something good. Kelly's going to search again with Scout. Goes through. Okay, now they search for the sacrifice. Odds are they have another monster in hand anyways. In which case, don't really need another monster to search. So they're going to clip the sacrifice onto the carrier. They could like tribute it for shell. Can this send face down? One monster on the field. Yeah, that can return face down cards. Okay, they are going to tribute it. And they're going for towers? I've never seen somebody this highly rated go for towers. And, I mean... Oh, they have warning. Oh, that's great. And then that kills the vanities. That's so good. Carrier will activate. They still have their pendulum summon though, so I think they won. I think towers is actually really bad. It's almost always bad when you go for it. Anyways, yeah, they have the pendulum summons to that game. I was right, so that was game 1. Qliphort took game 1. Now we'll be going into game 2. So marcocrash elects to go first, which is pretty obvious when you're playing Satellarknight against Qliphort. Any other decision is pretty stupid. So they're gonna get a nap search off. So probably Altair. If they already have an Altair, they might go for Vega. Okay, they went for Vega. So they have an Altair in hand. And they'll set 2. Not the best. You would want to have more traps than that ideally. But 2's better than nothing. So duality search, hit skill drain, Scout, Helix. Scout if you don't have it. If you already have it, then you might go skill drain. So yeah, he's going for Scout. Odds are this will not resolve, just because, yeah, that doesn't happen very often in games 2 and 3. So it did resolve. Wow. No Sputter Trap Destruction from Marco. And then Kali gets Carrier. So they could either elect to summon that or use it as a pendulum scale. It depends on what they have in hand, which I don't know. Okay, so they're going to use Odd Eyes as a pendulum scale. And then they're going to summon 1, probably the Carrier. Carrier looks weird. It's got it's like a bug face. Like the eyes. Yeah. So and then he already had a sacrifice, so he's going to equip sacrifice. And he's using Dust Tornado on sacrifice? What? I don't get it. So that's weird. Kali has like more than enough scouts now. 1 in the field, 1 in hand. This could fetch a 3rd. You'll probably get trample links though. And Carrier can still just beat over this. But that's not really a big deal for Marco because they can just bring it back with Altair. Get another effect. I mean, it's almost better to just leave it on the field. So Kali sets 1 and then uses Odd Eyes. Probably tramplings, like I said. Yep. 2 scouts is probably enough. And then Marco draws for turn. They drew a... So That's another monster. They probably don't need another monster. I mean, I actually probably would have just... if you already have Vega Altair, you're going to go for that. I would have just went for it, and then if my opponent interrupted it, I would have used Rhoda to fix my hand. Now if they interrupt the Vega Altair play, then you're screwed. But I guess you probably would have searched Unuk anyways, because Unuk can point for point. You're in a really rough position with Vanities up. So Kali's gonna get another Scout Search. Probably Sacrifice, so they can tribute this plus Sacrifice. Is the effect optional? Yeah, it is optional. So they don't have to return these to the hand. I feel like it's almost better not to, because if you do, then they just get their effects. Also, tributing will turn this off. So, I think I would probably just normal summon and I wouldn't tribute. But Kali is going to tribute for Shell, which would kill the Vanities, and they'll get another. So yeah, they are going to bounce that back to hand. Unless they're going for the OTK, I don't agree with that. But they might have enough monsters in hand for the OTK. And this can attack twice. So, that's already 56 damage. Okay, well yeah, they definitely have enough damage unless this trap can stop them from winning. Because this is 56 by itself, they only need 21 more. Each of the monsters are 18. We know that they have 2 at least. The carrier there, the helix in hand. So Marco needs the trap to actually be something real, to not just lose this turn. So Kali plays Trampolinks in the Pendulum Scale. So far all pretty obvious. And they're going to Pendulum Summon, probably for at least 2. Might as well go for game. I don't really think you need to overextend any more than that. Yep, they only went for 2. So, time space. That'll let them live with 100 life points. That's great. So, Marco will have at least 1 turn to try to come back. The Scouts, I really don't like this card though. It's not that good against Qliphorts. Like, I would have sided that out. This is game 2. The only time it works is when they're Pendulum Summoning, and if they're Pendulum Summoning, you're losing. And if you're losing, taking a bunch of damage to take their monsters off the board is not ideal, because they're going to be doing a lot of damage to you. So, it did save them here, though. Shell double attack. Get to see Shell putting in some work this game. Kali sets 1. If that's another Vanities, that would just be so mean. So Vega, Altair, and then Deneb. And then Deneb search another Altair. Unless you already have one in hand. Okay, they don't. They search another Altair. So you can go for a 3 material here. None of them are really like good. So okay, they're going to go for 2 material. Tsukiyomi. They're going to ditch 3 from hand for Tsukiyomi. That's really desperate. Including 2 Altairs. Wow. They're in a really tight spot to have to do that. Creature swap, that's pretty good. The Shell is a pretty big monster. It's going to be hard for Kali to get over that. Especially because Trampolinks is in the Pendulum Scale. If this was a different monster besides Trampolinks, Kali would be able to just attack over because his monster would be bigger. Ooh, but compulse. That really shuts that down, the creature swap play. Once again, Marco needs these traps to be real to not just lose this turn. Kali pays 800 for Scout. My guess would be the third sacrifice. Okay, they're going for Helix. I guess their previous Helix and Carrier did get shuffled into the deck, so it would make sense to go for another one. So they're going to Pendulum Summon Helix and Carrier, and then the obvious play is to tribute both of these, take out a back row and Tsukiyomi, and that would be game. So Marco says that the Pendulum Summon is fine. Can't activate Time Space anymore. So Trampolinx puts Scout back in hand. They could actually just go for Cowboy. Find Kali, or not Kali. Marco admitted defeat, so Kali wins. So I guess there's bluffs. So Qliphort's won that 2-0. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to check out some other stuff.